Okay, guys, it's very simple steps. Now, I rinsed my petals off really good, and I washed them good to get all the little bugs and dirt off of them, because you want them to be as clean as possible. And you only want to use organic roses. You don't want to use anything that you think might have been sprayed with any kind of pesticides or anything. And you want to use purified water. Don't use water out of your faucet. You want it as pure as possible. And you want to just barely cover the top of your roses. You don't want to put too much water because it'll dilute it too much. So I think that's enough water. You see how it's just kind of covering the top of my roses. And I'm going to turn my burner on. Now what you don't want to do is you don't want to bring it to a boil. The stove's on fire down here. You don't want to bring it to a boil. You just want to barely simmer it. Because we're going to just simmer. Once it gets hot and starts to simmer just a little, we're just going to let it simmer lightly for about 15 minutes. Because you don't want to overdo it. Now it's been simmering very lightly for about 5 minutes, but I just want to come back and I just want to show y'all. You see how light the rose petals have gotten. They're almost white in some places. So it's doing a good job. It's steeping really good. I'm not letting it come to a full boil. I'm just letting it simmer, just barely simmer. Just kind of steeping it like you would tea or something. You don't want to get too hot because it will absolutely boil every good thing out of your petals. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. And I'm going to turn the burner off. Because I think that it has simmered, I think, enough to get as much out of my petals as necessary. And you can look down there and you see how the beautiful color that the water has gotten. So I turned the burner off. I'm going to take it off the fire and we're going to strain it and put it in some jars. Let it cool, and then we'll store it in the refrigerator. Okay, we're going to strain this. And I'm going to put it in this big measuring cup because it'll be easier for me to pour it through the strainer than trying to pour it from the pot to the strainer. So just start straining, and any little bug or dirt that's left should get caught in this double strainer. And look how pretty the color is. It is so pretty, and I cannot tell you how good this smells. It smells so good. I'm going to store mine, I think, in some jars. I'm going to put some in this size. And then I'll probably put some in a pint size. And the best way to keep your rose water is in the refrigerator. You need to keep it in a cool, dark place, and it should last like that for up to a month. You don't want to leave it out at room temperature. So I'm just going to try to squeeze as much of that good stuff out of them petals as I can. If y'all ever use or make your own rose water, y'all will just love it. I know you will. It makes your skin feel so good. I just can't tell you enough how good it feels. I'm going to get me another jar and try to get as much of this in a pint. And I think I'm also going to try to maybe freeze some of it in ice trays and bag it up and just take out what I need later. So let's pour as much as we can in this pint jar. And all you gotta do is put a lid on it, and like I said, put it in the refrigerator. And you have got some beautiful rose water and so many uses for it. You'll love it. Okay guys, I'm going to tell you some things that you can use your homemade rose water for. Try to do it as quick as I can. Before you use it, you want to make sure you shake it pretty good. Get it. See how pretty the pretty colors are? Now all you got to do is just take your cotton ball or one of these. I use these little flat rounds is what they call them. Like you'd take your makeup. And I just dip it in my rose water. And I just kind of pat and just kind of distribute over it. And I can't, it's just so, it makes your face feel so fresh and clean. And you just rub it. And it's really good for under your eyes. I have a lot of puffiness under my eyes the older I get. And it's supposed to help that. And I have noticed it in the mornings because I always use it before I put my makeup on. And if you put it in a little, a mister and just kind of spray your face, it'll help set your makeup too. So it's really good for that. And I can tell you my youngest daughter, she fought acne really bad all her life. And she used everything under the sun for it. And she started using rose water. And it made such a difference. And she still uses rose water to this day. Now it also, if the older you get dark spots on your face and your arms. Now rose water is not going to get rid of the dark spots, but if you use it every day, it'll help lighten it up a little bit. You can use rose water, rinse your hair, shampoo it, and then rinse your hair in rose water, and your hair will be soft, it'll smell good, and it just feels so clean. You can put, after you wash your sheets and stuff, spray a little bit on your clean sheets and it'll make it smell good and fresh. Put it in your bath water. It's supposed to help be good for different skin irritations like eczema and stuff, but I can tell y'all that for years I fought eczema really bad, and as of now it's pretty much cleared up, so it does help. Now you have to be careful. If you have real sensitive skin, you need to be careful using anything. So if you make some rose water, just either you can dilute it if you want to, 3-to-1 or whatever, and use a little bit, but just try it just a little bit to make sure it doesn't irritate your skin. But there's so many things you can use it. They over in the Middle Eastern part of the country, Middle Eastern countries, they use rose water to cook with. So I don't know that I'd want to cook with it, but they like it. So there's just so many different things you can use it for. And I also looked up and found that a place, and it was a really good website. And the lady said that she takes basil and she'll put it in her rose water and let it set for a few hours and just let it steep in her rose water. And then if she's got like a bad sunburn on her shoulder or on her face or something, she'll use that basil infused rose water on it. She said it really helps. So, but there's just so many uses for rose water. And I can tell you, the older I get, the more wrinkles I get, the drier my skin gets. Just so many things that we have to fight the older we get. And rose water is one of the things that I always keep and I'll always use. You can also, which I will do, because it made quite a bit of rose water. And it'll take me a while to use it. Now, you don't want to just leave this out on your dresser at room temperature. The best way to keep it is in your refrigerator. Keep it in a cool place. Keep it in your refrigerator. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour quite a bit in a ice cube tray, and I'm going to freeze it. And then I'm going to bag it up, and I'll just take a little bit at a time as I need it. That way, it'll stay fresh for a long time. So, y'all make you some rose water. I really think you'll like it. I don't know if any men have ever used rose water, but I don't know what it'd hurt. So it's a good thing. So if you got any roses, your neighbor's got roses, don't go steal any roses, but make you some rose water. And like I said, use organic roses with purified water because you want it as organic and pure as you can get it. But I think if you ever make some, you won't be without it. So I hope y'all like this video, and I hope y'all try making some rose water. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it, and God bless everybody, and we'll see you later.